Good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing this morning? I had two shows yesterday and we had movie time. We watched the finale of The Thing About Pam in Discord, so that was a lot of fun. So let's see who's in here. This case, we're talking about the escape in Alabama. Vicky White and Casey White, they are not related unless they've gotten married in the last week. Nothing would surprise me. So I want all your thoughts on this. Let me see who's in here. Fine Art on Fire. What a cool name. Yes, you were the first one in. Janice, hello. Independently Healthy. I agree. Hollywood's newest movie. Can we see this on Netflix? It's going to be. DT, hello. Uli Girl, Gaelic Girl, Just Me, Juicy Tequila Bobo, Sonia Allen. Carla, how are you? Be a Shiner, good morning. Good morning, everybody. There's Fruit Loop. Hi, Pat. Preschool Granny. Kamari, hello. Sending you good karma. What a cool name. Thank you. Hi, Outlaw. Hi, Patricia. Lisa. Teresa. That rhymed. That rhymed. Hello, Snow. And we have another Pat in here. All right, so I'm going to bring Shannon up, go through some comments from the last show that we did about the Alabama inmate. I cannot get enough of this story because, for one, it is extremely dangerous and it's extremely stupid. Sorry, it is. Good morning, Lone Wolf. Hey, Bree. Good morning, Shan.
Good morning, Brooks. Good morning, everyone.
So I've been reading, watching anything I can get a hold of about this case. Before I go through the comments, I was just going to do a run through of the timeline from last Friday. So this is from an article, a local article, not local to me, local to them in Alabama. Friday morning, 8:47, transport van 5 leaves the Lauderdale County Jail with 7 inmates escorted by 2 deputies. Okay, there's 2. Okay, then about 10 minutes later, transport van 2 leaves the jail with 5 inmates, also escorted by 2 deputies. All right. So we're seeing that that's the norm, right? You take an inmate, you have 2 deputies. At 9:20 a.m., Assistant Director Vicky White, who we're talking about, tells a deputy to prepare inmate Casey White for transport to the courthouse. Deputy removes White from his cell, takes him to booking, and handcuffs him and shackles his legs. I don't see any shackles on his legs. We'll get to that. 9:41, Vicky leaves detention center with Casey, heads to the courthouse for a, and I quote, mental health evaluation. She told the booking officer that she is the only deputy available who is firearms certified. At 11:34 a.m., a Florence Police Department officer spots her cruiser. And then at 3:30 p.m., booking officer reports to administration that they've been trying to contact Vicky to check on her and that her phone is going directly to voicemail. The officer also said that Casey was not returned to the detention center with the other inmates. So she had quite a head start because we were trying to figure that out exactly how
many hours. Yeah.
So from, let's say 9:30, 12:30, 1:30, about 6 hours before they realized something's going on. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to read some comments from the last show real quick, and then we will get to this.
All right.
Love the comments. Okay. T. Riley said, more than likely, he made her feel special, got her to sell the house so they have money, but more than likely, he's killed her by now and got what he wanted. Man, I hope not, because that's what I'm thinking too. She's a liability to him right now.
Right. Part of me thinks that, and then part of me thinks that he may need her for a little while.
Right.
She's at risk and she's in danger for sure.
Yep, she's at risk and she's in danger. She's crazy for doing this. And it came out yesterday. We're going to watch it. That she's been mingling with him. Talk about looking for love in all the wrong places. She's been mingling with him for a couple of years. So this isn't just something that happened, but the planning started going down, I think, recently. The house goes for sale. The house appraised. Hey, Michelle. The house appraised at, I want to say I read $269,000, and she sold it for roughly 90. Who would
What?
take that kind of a hit on their property?
And right now?
Who would leave that kind of equity on the table unless they just needed the money badly?
Yeah. Clue number 1. Wow, I didn't know it was that low. Wow.
Well, Bonnie said it. She's a risk because of her own stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
All right, another comment. I am following this pretty closely. This is from Miss Delta Lady. Someone that went to school with him commented that he was picked on and bullied despite his size. He wound up having quite a few friends, but acted a little immature. She said, I heard on a news station where some of the inmates were asked about her. They were in shock and stated that she was kind of a motherly figure. I saw that too. There was an inmate that knew her well because, well, he's been in the jail either a lot or was permanently there. And she was very well revered. What do you think about that?
First of all, that's going against everything that she was taught, everything that I heard that she even trained officers. You don't get personal. Motherly figure. Well, obviously she wasn't motherly figure with this guy, because this is a little different. But I also thought too, she's dumb because I guarantee you she's given him a weapon.
Oh yeah.
Or weapons. They both got weapons. Let's put it that way. So, hey, here, I got this for you. I've got these. We're protected. So, yeah, she's in danger. You're in danger, girl.
Oh yeah. They've got weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she at least had one gun on her. This man is dangerous. You're right, Ruby Roo. This man is dangerous. Now, before I get to the last comment, I'm going to discuss it in more detail on the next show. Not the next show today, but the next show I do about this. Casey White, okay, that's the violent criminal. He has a brother named Steven who has vanished without a trace October of 2017. They don't believe there's any foul play involved, anything like that. They think he just went into hiding for some reason. Could she have had some contact with him and they've met up with him? Could.
That crossed my mind because I saw in one news thing or video that they think that he went off the grid and they don't know where he's at, like off in the woods somewhere. So that could be a possibility. And if he's been gone this long, that's not a good sign if the brother knows where his brother's at.
Yep. So they could have some help out there. All right. Court said, and Samantha, she recently bought an AR-15 and a shotgun or something. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, he's a violent criminal. He's not going to be running around without, and they're a danger to the police. He has nothing to lose. Nothing. No,
nothing at all. I mean, either actors or by I don't want to say the word, like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing,
You're a robot, Shannon.
Oh, sorry. Is it better?
Okay. Yeah. So I heard what you said. Like it's like a Bonnie and Clyde type of situation. Yeah, but I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. Jackie said, Vicky White is in danger no matter the situation and needs to be found. I do not think she can get away at this point. He will kill her so horrific. She is in grave danger.
Yeah,
she's
I'm
in
afraid
grave danger.
so.
And if you look at the bottom of the screen, anybody that comes across them is also in danger. If you recognize them or something, don't approach them. They said just call 911. Get as much information, not from them. Don't talk to them. What they're driving, what they're wearing, etc., and call 911.
Yeah, and if, let's say you're at a gas station and you're kind of parked next to them, I would pull off a little bit to where they wouldn't notice that I was using my phone trying to get license plates, because I'd feel like, they would know what I was up to, because they're going to be paranoid. So I would definitely pull, like, if you're in a car or something, I definitely would pull away. I wouldn't get that close and then call 911. Because you wouldn't want them to see you on your phone, looking over at them, trying to read their license plate or what kind of car they're in. You see what I'm saying?
I would not want to make eye contact with these two people at all. I'm afraid just if I even gave them any impression that I recognize them, that they'd kill me. Okay? Because I think she's in danger, but I think she could be dangerous too.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Lisa, they have been on the run since April 29th, I believe. So let's get caught up. Hang on. Oh, Snow. Yes. Snow said, I want to remind everyone who is local or in close distance, lock your doors, lock your cars, windows, etc.
Good point, because a lot of people, if they have no plan, I don't know, I think this is planned and they have somewhere to go, but if they get in a sticky situation or something happens, they will break into somebody's house. They can hold somebody hostage. That's a good point. Very good point.
And that's happened before with inmates that are on the run. They will, I think it was in Georgia, the guy that escaped, and he went to the woman's house and somehow she talked him into turning himself in. A crazy story. Crazy story. That. But in this case, I mean, they're leaning on each other, if you know what I mean. So let's get caught up. News Nation did a clip about this. I want to watch the new footage, and there has been a sighting of them.
Say an escaped inmate had a, quote, special relationship with the corrections officer they believe helped him escape custody. A manhunt still underway for murder suspect Casey White.
Now, what I want to know, okay, in quotes, they're like, she had a special relationship. So it seems to me they've been doing some investigating in the last week that, realized that there was something going on that nobody noticed. But of course, she works there. I would love to know the details on the special relationship.
In the quotation that she did, I want to say that in the press conference, they kind of acted that too. Like, they had a special relationship, we believe.
Girl, you're going to find a new part of your house to sit in because you're a robot. We got R2D.
I came inside because the stupid neighbor's dog's out there barking at UPS. And can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm back outside. All right. Go ahead.
Allie. You like Allie on her porch when she was yelling at Deborah about her dog.
Oh, no. Shut up. Okay. Sorry about that.
You're okay. It's funny.
And Deputy Vicky White, no relation, no family relation anyway, who have been missing since Friday morning. And Kelsey Kernstein is joining us with the latest developments in this case. Very odd story, and we still don't really know what they were up to.
Well, Adrian, today marks the 6th day that authorities are on a manhunt for Casey and Vicky White, and they are believed to be armed and dangerous.
Just released surveillance video of Corrections Officer Vicky White and inmate Casey White last seen together. Officer White is seen walking into the jail and then shortly later holding the door open for handcuffed Casey White, where she puts him in the back of her patrol car, gets in, and then drives off. On Friday, Officer White informed her colleagues that she was transporting the nearly 7-foot-tall inmate to the courthouse for a mental health evaluation. No such appointment was scheduled. And that same morning, her patrol car was found abandoned in a shopping center parking lot, less than a half a mile from the detention center. On Tuesday, the Lauderdale County Sheriff sheriff, confirming the two were in a romantic relationship.
Now, whether she did that willingly or if she was coerced, threatened somehow to
Okay, the sheriff keeps leaving it. If he's the sheriff, I think he is. He kind of keeps leaving it out in the air that maybe she's not as involved as they think. Every news report I'm seeing is this was, I mean, they fell in love. This was a plan.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Oh, hang on. 10-9 said they're now looking at a 2008 death. Casey was with his girlfriend while she allegedly unlived herself with a shot to the chest.
Oh, yeah, this guy's dangerous.
Yeah, he is. He's very dangerous. And they have said that over and over.
Mm-hmm.
He is dangerous. And so I guess they realize, I'm looking at your comments. I guess they somehow realized that she was giving him like more privileges, more food and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
participate in this escape. Not really sure.
Sheriff Singleton also confirming that Vicky purchased this 2007 Ford Edge just days before their escape.
That's been the focus for our investigation. All of our efforts all weekend long was to identify that vehicle.
She is a 16-year veteran at the correction facility and recently announced her retirement and sold her home for what reports say was much less than the market value. Investigators say Casey and Vicky are believed to be armed and dangerous, carrying a shotgun and an AR-15 style rifle.
He's already killed once, so he's facing the death penalty, so he has absolutely nothing to lose. And, if she becomes a liability to him or slows him down, then I think he's very capable of.
Wow. Okay. That's what we've been saying. He has nothing to lose. He's facing the death penalty in Alabama. And if she gets in the way, he's armed.
He doesn't care.
Mm-mm.
He will not care.
Hang
She
on.
was.
Go ahead, Shan. I'm just reading a comment. Okay.
Oh, I was reading it too.
Christy
ahead.
was not only shot in the chest, she was shot with a shotgun. Yeah. Sounds like
Yeah, that's-
anywhere Casey White goes, there's a problem.
It sounds like he's gotten away with some murder and was never been able to be charged on until recently or whenever this, what he's in jail for now. But he obviously he doesn't care. And this lady, she was just a means to what he wanted.
Yep.
That's it.
Means to an end. And he's a
Yeah.
psychopath. He's a psychopath.
Yep.
He is a psychopath.
Well, hurting her seriously, even killing her.
And I'm right now in Florence, Alabama, in front of that detention center where they escaped from. Now, they were last believed to buy that car, which is a 2007 Ford Edge. It appears to have damage to that left rear end bumper, and authorities say that it is rust-colored. Now, the U.S. Marshal is offering up to a $10,000 reward. Adrian?
All right. Thank you so much, Kelsey. In today's border report. Thank you so much.
10 grand doesn't seem very steep to me.
No. And I feel like that may have been the first car. I guarantee you there was another car waiting somewhere else.
Yeah, we're going to get to that because they were spotted at a gas station. Court says, I'm sure no one at the other jail questioned her visiting because they have the same last name. Oh, what a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah. They're just going to assume it's a relative or something.
Right.
I agree with Court, too. Why are you going to buy an orange car? That sticks out.
Right.
Oh, Darkness Exposed says he has a history of carjacking in Tennessee. Wow.
Great.
Uh-huh. Of course. I have a feeling anything Casey can get into, he will. He's not a good dude. Not a good dude. We have a bunch of new names in here, guys. Hit that sub button and hit the bell to get reminded. Yeah, I'm going to look at this real quick. Hang on. This is the sighting. Give me a second. I'm just clicking around.
Yeah, why would you buy a bright orange car? I mean, she didn't know how long she had. She didn't know if they were on to them right away or not at the time.
No, no, but I have a feeling that car got ditched somewhere. Hang on. I'm trying to get this thing to load.
Okay. So he has ties to Tennessee and they were in Alabama. I wonder if they're heading this way, meaning Georgia east.
Well, I know they said they were, for some reason, they mentioned over the weekend, I believe is where I read it, that they were eyeing Florida. I don't know why they were saying that, you know.
Didn't she say didn't she tell people that's where I'm going to retire? And if she was smart enough, I know I would tell people I'm going somewhere. But if I wasn't, I'm going to tell people I'm going to Florida, but I'm really going somewhere else. And she might have done that, to throw people off.
She was saying that she's going to retire and go to the beach.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's other places that have beaches besides Florida. So I don't know.
Well,
they know way more than we do. Let me put it that
way.
way.
Right.
And Life Chaos, which, by the way, what a cool name. Bright orange car with a 7-foot tall dude. I really think it was a decoy. Me too.
Yeah.
I kind of do. All right. So look at this screen. Okay. This is a sighting of them at a gas station. So they're in a black pickup truck.
And there's lots of those trucks everywhere. So that blends in.
Surveillance video shows Vicky White and Casey White shortly after escaping the jail on April 29th at a gas station at the intersection of Cox Creek Parkway and Huntsville Road in Florence, Alabama. Okay. Well, they're in a black pickup truck. Now, let's see if we can see them. I probably have to slow this down. Okay, they're pulling up. Can you see anything? I just see the door.
Somebody's.
Well, where the hell are they?
Where'd they go? I started to see the door open. What was that? What was that?
Yeah, why are they not showing them? But they're saying that was a sighting, but they're not showing them. So a black pickup truck now?
Unless they need.
Hang on, let's look at it again. Someone's saying that it's not. Don't look at the truck. Look at the background. That's the police cruiser. Hang on.
Okay.
That would make more sense. Thank God for you guys. All right, look in the background. Okay. Look at the background. Ah, there it is. Okay, right there.
Okay.
The cop car.
When they first left.
Working. So forget about the black pickup truck, guys. I screwed that all up. So yeah, right there. Let me circle it again. See right there?
I got you. Yeah, that's after they left the jail detention center. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, okay. I'm sitting there waiting for someone to jump out of the truck. What an idiot.
I was too. I was like, wait. Because I wanted to see, does she still have blonde hair? And another question is, I've heard a lot of people say, is that a recent photo or is that an old photo of her?
I've heard it's an older photo. Okay, hang on. AP said this video isn't far from the jail. D. Little said they were headed to the TJ Maxx shopping center where the car was parked. Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm going to back this up. I'm going to see this again.
There they go.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, again, she wasn't headed to the courthouse.
Nope.
8 minutes to go from the jail to that intersection. And they are checking the money. I guarantee they're checking everything she bought the last few weeks.
Yeah, follow the money trail. And she'd have to get out a bunch of cash.
Yeah, because she's not going to go around writing personal checks or anything.
Or using any debit cards. I mean, she's smart. Didn't she train officers? Wasn't she like a top guard that, that was the day she was to retire. So no one's thinking anything that day about her. Wow.
I bet she has every dime with her that she got from selling that house and anything else she could get out.
Right. And if you live off the grid, and you buy enough stuff, that will last you a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hope they're found. Oh, I hope they're found. But she's in danger. If she's not already gone, she's what a fool.
Candy said using his carjacking skills. I see that's going to probably happen. And not only is she in danger, anybody that comes across them is in danger.
He's scary looking.
So, and this is what she's been reduced to. That's their wanted picture. This is from the U.S. Marshals.
I just have a feeling they're not in that orange car anymore. But if they do start carjacking, but they could lead a trail, but there's carjackings every day. So that's almost like a needle in a haystack too, unless there's surveillance that sees them in particular stealing a car.
Right.
But I feel she's the brains of this, and he needs her for her intellect until he no longer needs her intellect.
See, and that's what I keep thinking too. She has to, I mean, she obviously is the muscle behind this because she's got the money. She had the authority to get him out. She bought the car. So she's done her part. But once she is in the way, they're probably going to find her dead somewhere.
Right.
And I agree with Melanie. Don't just look at the last couple of weeks. I hope they're going back over her financials up to when she first started talking to him in 2020.
I would say so. I think they're digging deep since the moment they met and watching every single thing they can, looking at everything they can. I mean, she had everything going for her.
Yeah, so why throw it away on him?
Yes.
Goodness. Victoria, does he have family? Odd. Very odd. He has a brother named Stephen White, who they don't believe that he was murdered, foul play, or anything, that disappeared in October of 2017. So I want to get further into that.
Yeah. We have to look more into that situation.
So I'm going to look at this again. Yeah, midlife crisis gone wild. That's for sure, yeah. Robin.
Good one.
Hang on.
We begin tonight with those new developments in the search for Casey White and Vicky White. This new surveillance video shows the two leaving the Lauderdale County Jail just moments before they disappeared Friday. You can see them getting into the patrol car. That vehicle was found hours later in Florence, nowhere near the courthouse where Vicky told coworkers she was taking Casey White. This is the escape from another angle. You can see Vicky White driving up to the door before.
So she's got shorter hair than what we have seen in her officer picture. Okay, he is shackled right there. I see right there. Okay.
Look at how she holds the door open for him too. That's kind of odd to me.
With her back to him, he's a dangerous criminal. She's very comfortable. Very comfortable. Is it comfortable or brazen? You guys be the judge.
She's comfortable. Like, here, dear. Like, it's almost like, here, honey. Just the way I don't know why that caught my attention, but the way she's holding the door open, that doesn't look like an officer who's doing what they're supposed to do when they're transporting a prisoner.
Yeah. I mean, goes without saying, because we already know she wasn't doing the right thing. She checks him out kind of at the last minute on Friday. She waits for those other two, vans, those transport vans to leave. Says she's the only one, yet you're supposed to have somebody with you, especially with a dude like this. He's dangerous. Juicy Tequila Bobo said COs would not let a prisoner behind them.
Exactly. This doesn't look, that's what caught my attention. This does not look right at all.
Mm-hmm. She's very, no, they're on the way to their new life.
Mm-hmm. Trying to act nonchalant, but I don't think she's realizing what she's doing, because she knows where they're going. She knows what they're doing. And she's just going for it.
I would like to see other videos of her doing transports.
Right.
This lapsadaisy, if she's this comfortable. I mean, she's holding the door open like I do when I'm at a restaurant,
Yeah.
Like no cause or concern. And I think the way she got away with it is she was a very decorated officer there. I mean, she was a director. And so they're not going to question her. I mean, if she said that she's the only one that can do it, they're not going to question her. She was an authority figure.
Yeah, she was high up there, and it was her last day. Nobody's thinking anything of her just because of her accomplishments of who she was and how she was and her position there. So she had that going for her. That was easy for her to get away with.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm sitting here looking at it. She's very comfortable. And like Victoria said, I mean, they trusted her at that facility. So if she said it, even though she was the one that preached protocol so much about, don't turn your back, don't get to know them, 2 deputies with transport, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it was a Friday. I guess her last day, nobody thought to question her.
Right. I mean, I don't know, just the way the way she's holding that door open.
I know, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
Opening a second door to lead Casey White out of the building.
It's almost like he's alone. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but look how alone he was for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, he could have took off running the other way.
Right.
I'm gonna look at that again.
Okay.
Because like I said, she's walking to the car. Usually when they're transporting prisoners, somebody's got a hold of them so they don't take off running.
U.S. Marshals identify the vehicle the two could be driving. Authorities say they were last seen Friday in Rogersville in an orange copper-colored 2007 Ford Edge. They added the vehicle has damage to the left front bumper, and authorities told us Vicky bought that car just last week. If you see this car,
okay, down here is what she looks more like now.
Right. That's the picture I want to see blown up everywhere.
Yep.
That's because that looks totally different.
Mm-hmm. She looks totally different. So if you look at that corner picture, that's more what she looks like now.
Right.
No, this is very laid back, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I wonder why they have that picture blown up, but not the one where she looks like now.
I don't know. Well, hell, they put an Amber Alert out for Summer Wells, and it looked nothing like her.
Yeah, they showed wasn't it the Christmas picture one with her hair in a bob? Like, I was confused about that too.
And so this right here, I mean, she looks more like the picture in the corner.
Man.
And life chaos, you're right. Yeah, she won Employee of the Year 4 times. Nobody was going to question her.
Nope.
Okay.
call 911 immediately.
Yeah, call 911 immediately. I wouldn't approach these two.
Hope they don't come through this way. what they do. I hope I'm far enough away where I can call the cops. But that's just, oh, there's prison breaks all the time. Not all the time, but you hear of them on the news, and it's usually a guard that helps them let loose. But every now and then, when there's a story of a guard who falls in love with an inmate, it's like, do you not watch Lifetime Movie Network? Like, do y'all people not know how this is going to end?
Well, and also, they had a 6-hour head start. They could be anywhere. They could have already come through your area.
Right.
Oh, I see we have new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Baby Boy says he thinks they're in Cuba. All right. So the big question I have is, okay, midlife crisis, loneliness, you name it. Why a prisoner? I talked about on the show, not yesterday, the show we did, I think it was Tuesday. We first talked about this. Talked about how Scott Peterson gets mail, photos, marriage proposals every day. Chris Watts, same thing. Menendez brothers got married in jail. Damian Nichols, before everyone knew that he wasn't guilty, got married in jail. What makes these women go? I get the bad boy thing. But that'd be like a, but not a murderer.
And it's usually somebody that's never getting out. And a lot of these places don't have, what do you call them, visits? What do you call it when they can visit each other if they get married? Conjugal visits. A lot of these people don't even have that. So it's like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay, Just Samantha said, it's being a savior. They will change for me. I can fix them. Yeah. And a lot of people said she was like the motherly figure there at the jail. So it could be kind of like, I'm going to take care of him type of thing. There's some mental illness going on here. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe, just maybe, she was retiring and that was her life. And she thought, she's fallen in love with him, or maybe it is one of those, maybe that's why they put in quotes some type of relationship, like you said, a motherly type, like, I want to help you. I'm going to help you get out of here because I believe in you, and I'm going to help you, and I don't have anything to do with the rest of my life, and you're it. Maybe it was something like that. I don't know.
She fell in love. What a smooth talker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the damnedest thing. It is the damnedest thing.
I don't know. I learned real quick in my 20s, and then when I hit 30s, I was like, I see right through all that stuff. No playing this gal. But, I guess a lonely woman, I don't know, things happen.
But is this really how she wants to spend her retirement? Hiding out and on the run? She knows the law. She was Employee of the Year 4 years. A director, does prison transports, has been to court. She knows how it all goes down. She knows that he was never going to see the light of day. So is this really how she wants to spend her retirement, on the run with him?
I don't know. And we don't know, what kind of personality does she have? Is she kind of cocky and like, I've got this. I know so much. I'm smarter than everybody else. They're not gonna find us, and we're gonna live our life out. Like somebody said, they could have got a boat, went to Cuba, somewhere where you're not extradited. But that doesn't mean bounty hunters won't break the law and come get you, because it's happened before.
U.S. Marshals are after them. Marshals are after them. And everything that I have read about her, other inmates have spoken out. They said that she's got like a real, like a nurturing type personality, like a very like loving type person. So, as far as cocky, she's obviously cocky because, she took him out of the jail with a bunch of cash and guns and is on the run.
I just, you know, even being motherly to me crosses the line as far as guard versus inmate, you know, because you're forming some sort of inappropriate relationship and you have to keep it, look, you know, I'm in charge, you're a prisoner, follow the rules, do this, do that, and keep it straight laced like that. They cannot get close to these people because they are criminals. They are manipulative. So I wonder if the other guards noticed this and just didn't think much of it. I don't know. I'd be curious to hear from other guards that worked with her.
Yeah, it's out there. Hang on, I'm going to answer a couple of questions. Storm Baby, cool name. We got a lot of new names in here, guys. Hit that sub button. Baby Boy just put in there. Hit the like, hit the sub. Storm Baby, did she sell her home? She did. Another weird thing in this case. This house appraised, I read, for $269,000. She sold it for around $90,000.
That's crazy.
Nice house, acreage, and so she wanted fast cash.
Mm-hmm.
Really weird. And yes, UWU account. Her mother didn't want her face on TV, which is suspicious during an interview. Did you think she knows more than what she's telling the media? I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not throwing any hate at the mom because what is she, like 80 years old? I'm sure her mind is blown. But I think she should have shown her face on there. So when her daughter watches the news, find some way to, because they're going to want to keep an eye on what's going on. They probably have a burner phone somewhere. If she sees her mother's face, it might change her mind.
Pull at her heartstrings, you know, see her cry, see her face, and be like, you know, if something happens to me, it'll kill my mother. She'll never see me again. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to play this clip real quick. This is from good old Dr. Phil, and he's talking about traits in women that fall in love with prisoners, because that is really what I'm thinking.
Yes.
What in the hell makes anybody fall in love with a murderer?
Mm.
A murderer. And here's another question, not a question, but a comment that I've seen go around a lot, and I want to take a poll in here. With cases like this, and this is not the only one, it's more common than we even know about. Do you think women correctional officers should be around male prisoners? I'm not playing like a sexist game or anything. Do you think for safety and reasons like this that women COs should be around the male prisoners?
I'm going to say no.
Nope. Oh, everybody's saying absolutely not. Nope. Seems like we got a unanimous here.
And I know they're short staffed, and I know it's hard to get people, but yeah, I've always thought that was weird.
Well, I mean, and these are psychopaths.
Mm-hmm.
They're not everybody in jail. This guy is who I'm talking about, and they're very manipulative. So, I mean, getting in their head, he definitely got in her head.
And they have nothing but time. So they have, I mean, they're good at they're good at their game as far as, you know, playing mind games with people. They're good at that. They're obviously not good criminals because they got caught, but, you know, a lot of them have done a lot of crime and haven't gotten caught until they finally do. But, you know, they have all the time in the world to sit there and mess with somebody's mind and do nothing but that. And I heard a guard once say that sometimes they feel like they're in prison too because they're there so many hours a day and you're locked down with them. So you build it's almost like some kind of weird connection between the guards and the prisoners, you know, who's on what side. Sometimes you feel like you're just as much as a prisoner, but except you get to go home at night or day, depending on when you work.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going through some comments. Sarah said they can have females working in the prison without having access to the male prisoners. Yeah, I'm not saying that females shouldn't work in the prison. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that. I don't think they should have any direct contact with the male prisoners. I don't, that's what we're talking about here.
Right.
Unless I misread her comment. I'm sorry, because I always love her comments.
Yeah, of course they can work in the jails, but I don't think that they should definitely not be transporting a male alone. I think they should have had another male. First of all, there should have been, wasn't it protocol? There had to be two.
Yep.
But because of who she was, they just was like, go ahead. And then, definitely a female officer should never transport a male prisoner, especially a murderer, by herself unless there's another man with her, especially what is he, 6'7"?
6'9". 6'9".
6'9"? I mean, that's freaking tall.
Yep. Gina said, I'm a female vet. No, no, and no. Thank you for your service, Gina.
Yes.
Thank you for your service. And Gina, she said that prisoner should have had at least 2, if not 3 or more, because he is a violent criminal. He's violent.
Yeah, right. You're not talking about like transporting a guy who got caught with drugs or robbed a store, without a weapon or something, or stole something. You're talking about a murderer.
Well, and speaking of murderers, I mean, Susan Smith, she's had sex with how many guards now?
Oh, yeah.
Keep it separate. I'm not saying things still can't happen between women. Things still can't happen between men. But this has really got me freaked out. AP, I agree. His leg shackles look very loose to me, too. Very loose.
Common characteristics among women who fall in love with people in prison. And the truth is, it's not just random. There are common characteristics among them. And I'm going to write a few of these down. And you can tell me whether you think you meet any of these criteria.
Okay.
Now, first off, these women are damaged. And when I say damaged, I mean mentally, emotionally, physically, all types of things. Do you think that would be characteristic of you?
That describes the situation completely.
Yeah. Also, they tend to approach these situations as though the love is fantasy. It's fantasy based. They're able to do that because you haven't had to pick up his dirty socks.
Right.
You haven't had to wash his dirty underwear.
Yeah.
You haven't had to be there when he won't get a job and sits on the couch and you're the only one working. It's all fantasy.
Yeah.
There is this aspect that you have to admit is a Cinderella aspect of this love. In fact, you said, he saved my life. You said you were brokenhearted, and even from prison, he saved you. And you have to agree, we've talked about things that he has done, and boy, do you fit this one chapter and verse. But you rationalize the things that he's done. It's like, well, he was young. Well, he didn't mean to. Well, they were just playing catch with the cat.
I'm convincing myself
over the
that
fire,
way.
and he was young. And well, she was saying bad things about him. And
I agree.
And every one of those things is characteristic of you.
Yes, it is. I rationalize it so that I have to rationalize it in order to continue pursuing it, because if I really stop and think about it, I might change my mind.
there's one more thing that's very important, and I'm going to put this outside the box. You can decide whether this fits or not. And this is hybristophilia. Now, I'm not saying this fits you, but there is a diagnosis. There is a category of women that are attracted to men that involve danger, men that are in prison, men that commit crimes. It adds an element of that bad boy excitement.
I'm not attracted to that at all.
I hope not.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
not attracted to any part of the fact that he's in prison or the fact that he's a bad boy and a convicted criminal.
That's why I wrote it outside the box.
Thank you.
But it's just something that you have to think about.
Okay, so let's talk about that. He said women that are damaged, they have the Cinderella complex. It's a big fantasy.
Yeah.
So this woman, she's on Dr. Phil because she falls in love with prisoners.
And you can tell she's laughing and smiling.
Mhm.
It's going in one ear and out the other. That girl's not changing at all, but this isn't about her. But I learned a new word. Hypobristophilia is what that is
What does it
women
mean?
that
What does it mean?
women that fall in love with men in prison. All those, like a Cinderella, the fantasy, the you rationalize, well, he's this, or he didn't mean that, or I understand him more, blah blah blah. He nailed that. She didn't get it, which is good, because it shows how these women are just so infatuated with that fantasy, and they have blinders on and can't see anything else but what's in front of them and what they want, and that's it.
Yeah. And again, damaged, fantasy, the Cinderella complex. And again, I really think that she was in a time in her life and then he got in her head. Guys, I put the link up if anybody wants to come up and chat. Candy says, you're not listening. Shackles and cuffs were left in the patrol car. Yeah. Did I say that they weren't? I'm sorry. Yeah, he's footloose and fancy free, dude.
Oh yeah.
She had the keys. She's got the cash. She's got the guns. Yeah, he's free as a lark.
Yeah, she couldn't do that till they got out of the area, after he got in the car and they were down the road.
Oh, I guarantee she unchained him when they got to the shopping center, had a change of clothes for him, and jumped in the new car.
Or handed him the keys as soon as they got in the car and said, here, honey, start unshackling.
Yeah,
we'll be there soon.
Free. Yeah, I'm going to drive.
Yep.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I put the link up again. Hey guys, while we're doing this, go ahead and hit the sub button, give it a like. Susan, yes, I think this was planned way in advance. I don't even think that this was a last couple of weeks plan. I think this was definitely in the works for a while. The selling the house for way under market value. When I heard that, I'm like, what are you going to do when your boyfriend finds out you left about, 200 grand on the closing table?
Right. That's a lot. That's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Huge difference. That almost makes me sick at my stomach. Like, oh, why'd you do that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely nuts. Crazy. Baby boy says they have to have a new car by now. Oh yeah, I think so too, because everybody's looking for that orange car. So between him being almost 7 foot and in that little tiny orange car, that would stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think there's probably several backup plans if you want to know the truth.
That's what I'm saying. She's the brain. I'm gonna say she's pretty smart. She knows the system very well, and he needs her for that. And then once he doesn't, she may be a goner, unfortunately.
And I want to discuss this comment on here. Susan said she met him in 2020 and he came back to her prison in February 2022. Now, when he was there, we heard from the sheriff. He made like a shank, hurt another prisoner and stuff. They probably didn't want him back there. Do you guys think maybe she pulled the strings to get him back there in February?
Oh yeah, definitely. And that brings up another question. If he's making shanks, whether she's a decorated officer or not, she's a female by herself. Somebody should have said something before they left them gates with him.
Yeah, so I think this plan has gone on way before what we're even thinking.
Yeah,
because
I
why would
agree.
you let him come back to your facility after the freaking mess he made there before? I think her in her position got him back there.
Yeah. And I wonder if they're not going back through phone calls, and let's say she would call him as a girlfriend and use the name, I don't know, Sheila. Maybe she used a code name, but it was really her calling him, or him calling her on maybe like a certain burner phone, all this time,
Yeah,
acting like the girlfriend.
I'm ready for more details to come out too, because I want to know how the relationship continued. I know she was visiting him. I did hear that. But what other communication could they have possibly had? Gina said this was not planned in a week, even in a month. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more.
I agree with that too.
The phone calls are recorded so they could recognize her voice. Probably didn't think anything about it before.
Right, until now. That's what I'm saying. Going back and listening. Hey, Sheila's actually, what's her name? Vicky White, And no offense to anybody named Sheila. That just popped in my head. I was just making up a name.
And they keep a record of who visits. So that's what I want to know too.
Yeah. I mean, did she get away with being like a mentor, or was she saying this is, about court stuff, or I don't know. How is that even? That should be against the rules.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a lot more is going to come out because right now I've just got a million questions popping around my brain.
Yeah.
I want to know how this relationship manifested, how it continued for 2 years. I still think that him being transported back to that prison in February was to be closer to her. I think she pulled those strings. I think she was following his case and everything. It's going to come out and it's going to be wilder than we can even imagine.
Yeah. She got away with a lot.
Sophia said, did she wear a wig when she visited? I'm wondering about that too. Did we change her identity? It did come out the other day, different alibis that she used, but they didn't say where she was using these alibis. Not alibis, aliases. Stupid. Aliases.
That's Don Wells. His alibis. But yeah, there you go with the phone calls. You got alias name. Maybe she's got fake IDs. Who knows? Oh.
And I agree with Andy. Blonde hair dye. She's having fun right now. Yeah, that identity's been changed. And every picture I see of him, he looks different without a beard. He looks different with his head shaved. So who knows what he looks like right now? But he can't change his height.
Nope. So he's got that against him.
And this is a good point by Court K. She said, I'm sure no one at the other jail knew who she was. And if she was using a fake ID to come visit him and disguising her appearance, that makes sense to me.
They would have no idea and wouldn't even be paying attention.
Nope. It's crazy. We're going to keep following it, guys. We are. All right, I'm going to start shutting this down. Thank you to all the new people that came in here today. Hit that sub button. We're live every morning at 9 a.m., so come in and visit. All kinds of interesting stuff to talk about, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, this case is going to be blown wide open, and we're going to learn, I think, a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff.
Every new thing that comes out about it blows my mind. I'm like, what?
Yep.
Come on, lady. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Absolutely crazy.
It's
Good.
bananas.
You can pick them better than that, girl.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, I'll see you. I'm going to try to do another show today at noon about Harmony Montgomery. I've got to get it together, but we're in the middle of thunderstorms again. And I tell you what, every time I see my lights flicker, I'm like, please don't lose electricity. So more than likely, I'll be back at noon. If not, we'll be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow. You guys are the best chat on YouTube. You're the best community. We have the best mod squad. Shannon, congratulations to your daughter graduating from college today.
Thank you, Brooke. Thank you, Brooks. I'm so proud of her. Thank you, guys. And you all have a great, wonderful day. Thank you, Brooks.
Maya said, enjoyed the chat, everybody, but can I get a shout out next time? LOL. Shout out to Maya. Shout
Yay,
out
Maya.
anytime.
I like how it's spelled.
All right, guys, I'll see you either back here at noon or at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.